Hello everyone and welcome. What are you doing, Jord? I made something. Whoops. I made a build and I hate it. It's awful. So we're tearing it down. I already recorded this episode once and we built something here. And I finished kind of finished doing the recording and I kind of came back to this build the next day and had one look at it and thought, that's awful. I hate it. So we're tearing it down. So this is it, and you might not think it looks terrible, but there's just something not quite right about it. This is kind of my old style building, how I used to build, and I wanted to go back to it and revisit it a little bit, but there's like all these blank spaces, the roof's all bland, and yeah, it's just not working for me. So we're going to bring it down, and the issue we're having is it's the shape, right? The shape's too simple. That's why when it comes to building the roof, you end up with this super tall roof that just looks a bit silly. So I think we need to go back to basics here, and what I mean by going back to basics, well, let me go to a creative test world, and we can talk more about it there. Alright, let's talk a little bit about build philosophy. This is kind of what I had going before I tore it down. And I don't like it. Now, this is kind of how I used to build. And it's not terrible. I mean, there's some interest, These end bits come out a bit. We've got some depth a little bit. But the issue is, my issue is this huge roof bit here. I mean, it's just enormous. It's like 2 levels, and this is the bit that wasn't really working out for me. Well, these end bits, not so bad. We're gonna have a tower here. It didn't work out. And the reason it didn't work out is, let's take a bird's eye view, is the shape. Right? Just the general shape is a bit bland and a bit boring. And that's why, even though we tried to, put some different textures in and all these different things, it didn't work out. We ended up just with this massive, boring roof space. And in Minecraft, we have all these different blocks now. So if you want a white block to make like a kind of stucco thing, for like this medieval or Tudor Gothic kind of style, whatever you want to call it, you've got options. You've got options of a lot of different kind of white coloured blocks. You've got some more kind of yellowy tinted ones as well. And I think these can be distracting, right? Because they make you think more about the texture and the colour rather than the actual shape. And it's the actual shape of the build that kind of sets the tone and sets how good a build it's going to be. It's the kind of fundamental. It's like, think of it like painting a picture, right? To paint a picture, you just start off with shapes, and then you add the colours and the details and stuff. It's the same thing with building. You've got to get your shapes right before you can start trying to make it look a bit pretty. These things come after. It's like trying to polish a turd. It just don't work. What it used to be like when I first started playing, these were your logs. That's it. You wanted planks? They were the only ones you got. You turned any of these into planks, you got oak planks. You wanted stone? These were the only stones you got. You wanted a white block? White wool. That was it. That was the entire palette that you had. And so to make your builds look nice with this palette, it was more about shape, and you had to think more about the actual shape of your build rather than what textures and colours you were going to use. And here's just a little example. So when I first started playing Minecraft and I wanted to build something medieval, it kind of looked something a bit like this. We didn't have upside down stairs to start with. We didn't have stairs that could do that. That wasn't a thing. And even logs weren't directional when I first started playing. So if you wanted to build something medieval, that'd be like an end of a house, right? And it's not terrible. But you go to something today, and we can add these different stone textures and these different wood colours. We've got these kind of directional stairs, we've got these stripped planks, a few different shades of white. This is a bit overdone and it's a bit busy, but I just wanted to make the point. But we've got upside down stairs. So up close, you see this, and you see this, miles apart. But here's the thing. If we go a good few blocks back and take a look, almost indistinguishable. The only difference you can really see from back here is the colours slightly darker on this one with a darker roof, and there is a little bit of shape as well that you can see in there with the upside down stairs. But that's the point. It's the shape that differentiates things from a distance. So shape. This is kind of the floor plan for this build, and we're talking about textures. With all the, when you do your floor plan like this, it looks kind of interesting, but in reality it's actually not. Here's the same floor plan but just all in one. All it is rectangle, square, kind of a square, and it's just not very interesting. So what I want to do is mess about with the shape a little bit. So if we wanted to make this shape a bit more interesting, maybe we could get rid of this kind of end bit here, and instead of having just a big square, maybe we could round it off a bit, something like that. Maybe we could round this corner off a little bit. Kind of maybe move this rectangle so it's round here somewhere. That's already looking a little bit better. We've still got a bit of a kind of a flat edge here. And maybe we want to bring this out one more block, just so that's an odd number. Alright, so I've just gone around and kind of put in some walls, some windows. Might have a door here. So we can get in, and I've done kind of the similar thing what I like doing. At the ends of these sticky out bits we've got an overhang here, an overhang here. This is a feature that you see in kind of medieval builds a lot. But now, again, we want to think about the shape here. Now, it has made things kind of awkward, but we want to think about bits that we can maybe link up, right? So, maybe we want like a kind of centerpiece here, so we'll bring that up to, I don't know, maybe this block here, and then we're going to want the same thing kind of about here, then on this, and we're doing like a floor plan for the second layer, right? So maybe we have, so that's going to be like a square there, like so, and already you can see this shape is going to be a lot more interesting, I think. I'm going to keep working on it, and we'll see how it turns out in the end. Alright, so I'd say that's the shape pretty much done. I've just added this kind of extra bit on top. I did the same kind of thing, one with a shallower roof, one with a steeper roof. And I think that's turned out alright. I might change all this to stone. I don't know. I can't make my mind up with that one. But yeah, now we put the sprinkles on, right? This is where we take the build to the next level with the details and the textures. The details that just really bring the build to life. So we've got this kind of, I'm really enjoying this. It's white concrete with a bit of, what's this, calcite? It's kind of like stucco, but bits where, it's a bit older or a bit more worn and the plaster's kind of falling off. So I quite like that effect. And I think it goes really well with the dark oak stripped logs. They're a lot cleaner. And, you just go around and add these kind of little windows and flower beds and, these little arches over the windows, little random bits of roofs here and there. If you go far away, all you see is the shape, and look at the shape. We've got a bit of a roof here, a bit of a roof here, a bit sticking out there. We've got the tall tower, a bit of depth there. This bit's kind of rounded. It just looks so much better, and it's all because of the shape. So I'm not actually going to build this exact thing in my survival world. It's more just a thing to get the technique right. So I'm going to do something kind of similar, but not exactly the same in the survival world. So yeah, I'll see you back over there. Alright, what do you think to this? I think this is miles better to what we had before. Kind of got some shallower roofs, some steeper roofs. I really like this. I think this is really cool. Obviously we've got the tower. It's slightly different with a pointy roof. And yeah, I like this. I think this is a lot better. You're probably wondering what it actually is or what it's going to be. It's going to be a library. That's the plan. We're going to get some bookcases in there and some an enchanting room and stuff. But I think this looks good. Let's take a look inside. The interior is a bit of a mess. This downstairs isn't so bad, but we come up here and it's all real site quarters. So we've got some small rooms off to the side. This is just such a mess. But I think what I want to do actually is knock all this stone bit out on the interior. And then have it kind of like an open staircase up. That should open things up a little bit. And then we've got a little bit around here. It'll certainly open things up a bit with this part. So I think that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the interior off camera. You can go up a little bit to... there's a little room here. Maybe this will be like a bedroom where one of the librarians live. And you can go right up to the top of the tower if you really want to. But yeah, so there's gonna be an enchanting room probably on the second floor somewhere, maybe. Maybe we could... Nah, that room's too small, but maybe we can squeeze one around here. I really don't know until I take this out. And we're also gonna have probably on the bottom floor some kind of little desks with some lecterns on. And we're going to get some of those villagers to come over here and we'll have some librarian villagers and get some books. Hopefully that's the plan. I did a couple of other things off camera. I don't know if I've shown you or not, but we have this. Remember our skeleton spawner? We've got a little kind of little mine lift elevator thing. I think that's a cool little thing. I'm thinking on this area here, we're going to have lots of little kind of, I don't know, mining type builds. And then maybe at the bottom here we'll have like a big, I guess like a forge where they smelt all the stuff. Because these mountains are full of iron and coal. So it kind of makes sense. I think it'd be cool to kind of get that as part of the town. You know, we have a mining area and they use these mountains to get the ores and stuff. And I'm working on a little bit of a terraforming project here too. Also, this bit I'm thinking of just covering it up and having like a little cave entrance. I am really kind of starting to think more about the terrain around here. But yeah, I'm going to work on the interior for this thing now. I think it's looking really cool. You got all these kind of different levels and stuff. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's certainly better than what we had before. So yeah, it's time for some interior work. This is what I'm focusing on for now. We've kind of got these little dividery things. I'm thinking I might have to do something with the roof because the ceilings are it's a little bit bland, so we might switch something out here. But yeah, downstairs we're gonna have some what do you call them? The little things that you put the books on. I forget what they're called. But we're gonna have some of them. So the villagers, when we get some villagers over here, they're going to be able to use them for like, so they can have the trades. Upstairs, we're going to have a couple more bookshelves. We've got a little desk here for something. This was a bit of a pain to get this all looking kind of right, but we managed in the end. A couple of little desks here. This is more like a study area, right? So downstairs is the main library. This is more like a kind of study. Now we've got another little room in here. Again, it's just going to be more bookcases and a bit of a storage room kind of thing. And then we can go a bit further up. This is a bit ugly, but there's nothing much we can do in this room. A little bedroom for the guy. This is like a shelf being held up by a chain. Again, a bit more storage. But yeah, bedroom for the librarian who lives here. And then you can go right up to the top of the tower, but there's not really anything there. So we are making progress. We just need like bookshelves. We need sugarcane. I'm gonna have to go down to the skelly grinder, get some more, just a few more levels, and then we'll get a fortune pickaxe, and then we'll head down into the depths, and yeah, grind for diamonds, which is painful in this new update, but it's something you just gotta do. But yeah, once I've got my diamond stuff, we've got a few more bookcases and stuff. I'll meet you back here. Now that is what I'm talking about. We can get out of this stupid leather armour that I nicked off skeletons because my iron armour broke. But yeah, let's do the thing. Finally, we're gonna have some decent armour. I'm gonna need to go back to the skelly grinder to get some more levels because may have been an incident with a couple of pillagers and I may have lost sort of a lot of them. But let's go ahead and make all of the things seen as we can. Oh, this feels so good. We're actually gonna have tools. Oh yeah, and I think I do want... I'd like a pickaxe that doesn't have fortune. Just for my general mining, so I don't know if it works with stone when you mine stone, if it adds fortune onto it. But yeah, I just want that for my general mining pickaxe, and then we'll use the fortune one on ores. So that's the plan. Now my armour is it's been a bit used because yeah, some of the skeletons had thorns on their armour. Need some lapis too, that'd be helpful. Alright, let's see what we get. Fire protection 3, unbreaking 1, protection 1. Now I guess we'll take fire protection. That's going to be handy for going into the nether. Protection 4, I like that. A diamond boots, unbreaking 3 and protection 3, nice. I like blast protection on the helmet. Are we going to get it? No, but we got protection, so that's all good. Nice. And we can probably enchant one more item as well. Let's go for a axe. Silk touch on the axe. Can I get it on anything else? Can get it on the shovel. Can I get it on the pickaxe? Yes! Nice, silk touch on breaking 3. That's going to be very useful. Alright, I just have to go get a few more levels, and let's see what we get this time. Let's do the axe first. Breaking 3's good. I would like fortune on the axe. Let's see what we get on the shovel. We'll go on breaking 3 on the shovel. Efficiency 4, fortune 2. That's a nice shovel. I wish I'd done the axe there now. Efficiency 4 on breaking. We'll go efficiency 4. And that's all we're going to get. And the sword. Smite, sweeping edge 3. I don't really want smite. Sweeping edge would be nice. Oh, I'm looting. Nice. There's just one more thing I want to show you. I've kind of started working on the terraforming for this bit. I'm not too happy with it at the minute. I'll be probably changing that up and do that between episodes. But yeah, I think... Oh, look at us in his diamonds now. That's so much better. I think I'm going to call the episode here, guys. I enjoyed it very much, although it's taken quite a while and has been a very grindy one. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know which buttons to click. The like button, the subscribe button, all that kind of stuff. It'd be very much appreciated. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.